YouTube. How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Welcome to the second episode. And I know you can see the reflection of the ring light in the window, but light is needed. So we're going to have to deal with it. Second episode. I'm just going to fill you in on a bit about me, how I ended up as a coach, I suppose. A bit about my story, what I've sort of like my journey. Where should I start? Where should I go back to? I suppose when I started training, I didn't have much going for me at school. I was fat and I was ginger. So yeah, I wasn't the most active at school. I wasn't the sportiest at primary school. I played a bit of football though, but I was in goal though, because I was the big one. I was in goal. So going from there, got bullied a bit, as you know what kids are like at that age. Going to secondary school, and that continued. It gets even worse, doesn't it? That especially when you're at a new school and start a new school. So went into secondary school, hated it like at the start. I didn't hate it. I struggled to fit in, sort of thing. And I started, because of like the bullying and things like that, I started training. I lied about my age. I remember I was about 40, maybe 13, 14. And yeah, I lied about my age, so I was 16. And so we used to get into this gym in our local school. And yeah, and I just fell in love with training from then. I used to spend hours on the cardio machines and like the chest fly machine. I remember it. I could picture, I could draw the layout of the gym like right now. Small little thing, tiny, just one room. Yeah, just a few machines. But yeah, that's what got me going. That's what like kicked me off into my training journey. And then fast forward through school, I used to hate PE, mainly because I used to have to get ready, take the top off, things like that. Yeah, and I was part of the tennis team. I loved tennis, so I was quite active and things like that. I was actually captain of the school tennis team. But things like running, oh my god, I used to hate cross country. Hate it. So I wasn't the fittest, but I had good hand-eye coordination. So yeah, fast forward went through school. School got better. I loved secondary school, and then as the years went on, and then went into university and did uni and partied throughout my 20s. Just travelled a bit finished uni, travelled, and just most of my 20s was spent just drinking, partying. I worked in hospitality when I got back from my travelling. Around my early 20s, 23, 24, I got a job in a bar in Manchester. Amazing. So much fun. But at the time, it's like, you don't realise the damage that you're doing, because I was drinking other stuff. So yeah, it was pretty full on. That's on top of doing loads of hours. But you can at that age, can't you? Still training at this point, but also I was drinking a lot. Like, sleep was here, there and everywhere. And yeah, I wasn't the healthiest I thought I was at the time, because I was training, I was going to the gym. But yeah, I wasn't. When I look back now, it was not healthy whatsoever. Getting up, going to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, getting up if I started early, it'd be like a 8, 9 o'clock start. So yeah, not good. And I actually stayed in hospitality till for a good 9, 10 years. absolutely loved it. It taught me so much. I think everyone should do a stint in hospitality just to learn how to speak to people, to just learn how to graft, basically. But yeah, I don't regret 1 minute of it. It taught me a lot. Working in hospitality taught me so much. Worked with some amazing people, worked with some awful people, and yeah, just the industry as a whole, amazing industry. So, as I say, continued that, and I had opportunities, I suppose, to go into like management and things like that and work my way up in hospitality, but there was always this thing niggling at me that I didn't want to continue down that road just because of the lifestyle, the unsociable hours. And it was just niggling, like, no. And so I had like, I remember sitting down and thinking, right, what am I doing? Because you need to sort yourself out, basically. That was it. It was when my brother moved to Australia. This was about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I think. And my brother was moving, who's like my best mate. He's moving to Australia. And it got to me. I got a bit like, not depressed, but just started like not looking after myself, eating shit. And I put on a lot of weight. And I decided when he moved, I need to do something for myself, focus on something that's a positive thing. So I decided to reach out to a coach. I thought, right, I'm going to lose some weight. I want to feel good. And yeah, so I started my weight loss. I was about 105 kilos and I got down to around early 80s. Yeah, around 25. Lost about 25 kilos. So in that journey, I decided, right, there's a lot of people in the world like I was feeling. Just unconfident, feeling shit, unhealthy, carrying a load of unwanted body fat. So I thought, if I love training, if I can learn like how to help people, like my coach helped me, I could then go on to help other people. So I thought, I'm going to do it. Okay. I did my qualification, all the needed qualifications, which are a load of bullshit. The only qualifications you need is know how to be human, in my opinion, to be a good coach. There's just so many. Anyway, that's for another time. Be human, be empathetic. Obviously know what you're doing in regards like getting them reaching their goals, but the human aspect is the biggest one, in my opinion. So anyway, as I say, that's for another time. So did my qualification, and then my coach actually, he was an online coach, so he sort of like, I was quite lucky. My friend was opening up a gym, so he said, come and work at my gym. It was in Manchester City Centre, perfect, brilliant, good area. So I started face-to-face PT at that gym, which was going really well, and then we all know what happened, don't we? So when COVID hit, I was kind of like forced my hand to go online, and luckily enough, because I had an online coach, he was like, right, yeah, I'll just sort of like mentor you into how to sort of like go about going to online. And yeah, fast forward to today, so I started working with a coaching team, and then I've like transitioned working for myself again about a year and a half ago, about 18 months ago. And then so that's my story. And I suppose my values have changed since starting coaching. Like I'll still help people, obviously drop unwanted body fat, muscle gain, all the good things, but my values have definitely changed. I'm less focused on the aesthetics, more about how in my opinion, it's how you're feeling. I'm massive on performance, not just like training performance, but just life in general. Because if you're performing well, if you're feeling good, if you're eating well, focusing on those things, the aesthetics comes as like a bonus, as a byproduct. And I think we can get sort of like too caught up on the aesthetic side of things. I think there should be more focus on what's in your control. So your training performance, so say your activity levels, eating well, things like that. So that's sort of like how my values have changed, less on the aesthetics, more on the performance and the output side of things, and just feeling good, feeling fit, feeling healthy, feeling confident. A big one for me as well is education, and educating how to train effectively so they can go on and maintain the progress, which is huge for me. Absolutely huge. Again, one of my big pillars. It's all well and good you can get someone to lose 10, 15 kilos, but if they can't keep it off, what's the point? So that's another thing I really focus on, is maintenance and making sure all my clients can maintain are good to maintain their results. So yeah, got anything else? I can't. So that's just sort of like my journey, a bit of an insight into how I go about coaching. Oh yeah, you'll see I put an ice cube in my coffee at the start, and you'll see that I've got a very fancy coffee machine that I don't use. So I'm very impatient. I put an ice cube in my instant coffee so it's the right temperature straight away. I'm too impatient to make good coffee, even though I do love coffee. And you wouldn't have thought drinking cheap instant coffee, but there we go. Make sure you like, subscribe. And if there's anything that you want me to do a video about, put it in the comments. What are we doing in the next one? I don't know yet. But as I say, if you want anything, put it in the comments. And yeah, well, I'll see you in the next video in a bit.